Well, hello everyone. My name is Rick Passek, FlyFish Fanatic. Welcome to my tying bench. Today we'll be tying a little bit of a sparkle woolly bugger, red butt, whatever you call it. It's a fly. It's kind of a kooky little fly that I've been using for a couple years now, and it's done okay. Not the greatest, but definitely done okay at times. It's one of those ones where I don't usually throw them on that often, but once I do, I've done well with them. They're one of those day savers, right? So, okay, so let us move on to there. So, in the vise right now, I have a Hends BL724 in a size 10. I've got a flat black bead. This one is a 532. Obviously, whatever size you're tying, tie them, use the appropriate size bead. Now, I don't know if this is going to show up well on here, but there's a bead sizing chart I have on my phone. See if I can focus that a bit onto that. So that's a bead sizing chart I have. Now, I use, I know my sizes, but it's always nice to have, and for those that are starting out, it's really good to have a bead sizing chart, so it'll tell you what the hook size is and the metric and inch diameter. I'll try to post a link to a good one like this in the description. Okay, so now I'll just have to focus that back again. There we go. It's really useful to have one of those. So for the thread, I'm going to be using Semperfli Classic waxed in a chartreuse. For the butt section, a little bit of Red Floss. For the body, I'm going to be using some green sparkle chenille. Don't know what brand this is, doesn't really matter. Just a nice, like a nice chartreusey chenille, and then some black hackle. Okay. So give that a start. I've had a couple of you guys making comments that you'd like to see a little bit more detail about the new vise that I've got here, the Stonefo, and how it works and some of the nice features on it. So I'm gonna do that probably in the next week or two here. Do a little bit of a video, a little bit different, but that's fine. Okay, so let us start with, let's get my mouse out of the way. Piece of Red Floss. Just gonna put it right up against the bead. Suck that down nice and tight. And then just get that all the way back. Go under the tail and over the body. Under the tail and over. And then loose wraps back to the front. I'll leave the floss long for now, just because I'll know later on how long I want it. Now I'm just going to, all these little fuzzies at the front here, just hit it with a lighter. Just melt them out of the way. Done. Back to the front. Get my, back here. I'm going to take my piece of hackle that I've already prepared. I'm going to come right back to the back. Going to lay that in right there where I got the tie-in point, right there. Pull it back just a bit. Hold those fibers back. And just tie that in all the way forward. Again, not a big deal if there's a couple of little stragglers sticking out, because you're not going to see them. I'm going to take a piece of my chenille. I'm going to lay it right in the front here, right behind the bead. Leave myself just a tiny space behind the bead. Tie this in all the way to where I stopped with the tail, which is right about there. Back forward. One right at the butt, and then move forward with it. If you find that it's doing, you see right there how all these came forward, just stroke it back. All right, and if you want, the thicker you want it, the more turns you want, right? If you want it thicker, If you want it thinner, less turns, it's up to you. So right to the front to the bead, 2, 3 times behind, pull everything back, 3 times in front, nip that off. Now I do tie these in a unweighted as well, just so you guys know, but figured I'm doing a lot of unweighted stuff lately. I figured I'd do one that's got a little bit of weight to it. So okay, I'm just gonna wrap this forward just like any woolly bugger, and then try to get at least 2 wraps right in front here. Now this one, sometimes you gotta manipulate this feather a bit because you want to have it splaying back. So I might only get 1 here. Yeah, I'm only gonna get 1 because I don't want that fuzz, right? The fuzz that's on the end of this hackle. So I only got about 1 and a bit turns. Okay, I'm going to cut that off. You see that? That's what I mean. I don't want that fuzz. I can actually keep these. It makes great little tails for small little flies. So I pull it out, use it for dubbing, whatever. So again, here I'm just going to make sure that's tied in well. And I'm going to hold everything back. And I'm going to create a bit of a green hot spot right at the head here. Actually go climbing up onto the bead a bit. And then doing a whip finish. I just bump that out of focus a bit on you there. And I'm going to do another whip finish. Oop. Trying to hold this fibers back. Nice and tight. Nip that off. Make sure everything's good. Yeah, looking good. A drop of head cement. I like using my bodkin for this because it's just easier to manipulate. And then I'll take a look at my fly, my tail. It's a little long for my taste. There. It's good. And that's the finished fly. Pretty simple. Right? Really simple. Kind of ugly looking. Works like a charm sometimes. I've had days where they don't touch it. And I've had other days where they don't touch anything but it. So it's a good one to have in your box. I tie him in this pattern. I also tie him in with a black sparkle chenille, red tail, black sparkle chenille, and either black hackle or a grizzly hackle, the black and white as well. I also tie them in a little bit of a different pattern here. Let's see if I can put this one up for you guys. This one is an unweighted using the guard hair chenille from Semperfli. It's not quite as smooth looking and clean looking, right? Just because that guard hair chenille it's a bit bumpy and stuff. But again, another really cool one because it's got those little sparkle fibers in there and stuff, right? So just another way. This one's unweighted. Obviously, you can do it weighted, and you can even do them without a tail, right? So, but I do tie them in. I think my number one is probably the one I just tied for you guys, which is right, the green head. So, alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, thumbs up, please. Spread the word. Let your buddies know about the page. And yeah, just if you subscribe, thanks. If you haven't, please consider doing so. We'll talk to you guys on the next tying video. Tie lines.